blessing on it. Too real, this ain't metaphoric. We just put the I in iconic. Buzzing like I'm electronic. Yeah, I put a blessing on it. See me dripping in it 24/7 on it. I'm just being honest. Holy water dripping from my neck to my crepe, so I'm two-stepping on it like.
Hey everybody, this is Tiffany Foy. Welcome to the Ramblin' Gypsy podcast. And today we're in the she shed, of course, and we have Manzy Lowry. I am so glad you're here. We have so much to talk about.
Yeah.
We have known each other for a very long time.
A very long time.
A very long time. We need to go back to way back when. Let's talk about how that all started. Where I want to tell everybody who you are. You have such a very free spirit, unique vibe that you and I have connected with from day one. There's not a lot of people that understand that. There's not a lot of people that get it. There's not. Yes, 100%.
It's a vibration.
And I think that is very, very, very important. So I do want to touch base on that. But tell everybody, who's Manzy Lowry? Where'd you come from? Let's talk about this. Where's hometown? Where's birthplace?
I was born in West Texas, out in Ballinger, Braunfels County. I reside here in New Braunfels now.
Yeah. How long have you been here full time?
Well, 08, 09, I moved to Austin, then Manchac, then Buda, then Kyle, then San Marcos, and
then just kept getting closer
and
closer
away from the city.
Yeah.
Concrete scares me.
Yeah.
But I've been 2 years coming on, like right by off Hunter Road, you know.
Yeah.
Pretty not in town, and I am that. It's kind of hard to talk about yourself, you know.
No, it is, but it's not. But sometimes it's vulnerable for you guys, but I think it's important for people to understand exactly.
Let me change the word. Wrong vocabulary. It's the way I describe myself is uncanny, uncommon.
Uncanny, uncommon.
Yeah, it's like beautiful chaos, you know. It's kind of like being lost isn't the same as not wanting to be found.
Exactly.
I'm a poet, travel with a guitar, and know a lot of rad people like you.
Yeah.
And just learning more and more, and writing a lot.
Where did the music side come from you? Where did that come from?
My grandma used to play piano, and I'd sit on her lap and put my hands on her hands.
Really?
Know? And
how old?
Oh,
wee little.
Young, yeah. Just to sit on her lap. You know?
Yeah.
But my immediate family wasn't really driven. We listened to a lot of music in the house, but nobody really played.
Uh-huh.
And then in college, I had a guitar in my apartment because, you know, social gatherings, you'd always sit in the corner, somebody would pick it up.
Yeah.
And I was playing a video game, and my game console broke, and I looked at the guitar, and I was like, I'm going to learn how to play. And I went down to the old student computer lab and printed off. It was a bowling tune because it was 3 chords. And started from there, and just, I don't own a video console anymore.
Wow.
I didn't own a TV for.
You didn't touch a guitar until college.
Yeah, yeah. I was real kind of later on.
Yeah, but you had no idea that
it was my calling. Yeah, I didn't choose it; it chose me. You know, it just took a while to find. It's all part of the journey, not the outcome, right?
Yeah. And poetry.
Yeah.
You always seem to have those, I don't want to say comebacks because they're not, yes, quips. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all right to use a $2 word every now and then, you know. A lot of people get lost in the
My vocabulary is about $1.05.
No, I disagree. Probably. I have a selfish opinion about that with the to whom you need to speak with a lot of times adjusts your vocabulary, correct?
100%.
And I don't adjust for anything. And I don't play for anybody but myself. I don't write for anybody but myself. 27, 33, and 35 are monumental years of self-growth.
27,
33, and 35.
33, and 35.
Yeah, those are the apex years I self-grew.
Let's elaborate on that.
Okay.
27.
I learned that I didn't have to get an attaboy from anybody or impress somebody I thought I needed to impress.
What made that light bulb turn on? First of all, the fact that you know the term attaboy is I love, because I'm going to be 52.
Quit, Ryan.
And I didn't really hear, which is kind of crazy because I grew up in the dealership world. My mom started working at Bach Motor Company when she was 14 years old.
My dad's at the Chevy house, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So being in that, and that comes in the sales world as an attaboy, and it's basically
ABCs.
Yes. And so that's really cool. You don't really hear so much of that, and maybe it's because I've distanced myself from that particular industry or whatnots, but I don't know. But it's
environment,
right.
You know, and also it shows to how your environment was when you were growing.
Uh-huh.
I think it's pretty rad because you were set up to do a lot of things yourself, to succeed yourself, to work hard. If you screwed up, figure out how to fix it.
Right.
Versus being helicoptered maybe, or
Mm-hmm.
not learning the lessons you need to learn at an early age versus an old age.
Mm-hmm.
But I learned that it hurts to get hit in second grade. I probably don't want to put myself in a situation to get hit. Now.
Right.
It hurts hard now.
Yeah. So at 27, what was the turning point of that
I had a conversation in the mirror and looked in my eyes.
with you?
All three of them I did.
Really?
You have to be self-vulnerable and be real with yourself.
Yeah.
And that's where the greatest creations come from.
Were you in a downward spiral? Were you lost? Were you?
No,
You
I
just.
was on a journey.
I feel like we are relatable in so many different ways. I have one-on-one conversations with myself on the daily. Even when somebody doesn't even realize that I'm sitting there going, wow. And Nick will be the first one to tell you that I will say, look, I need to go take a lap.
Because your wheels are turning.
They never
I
stop.
I see that. But the thing is you've looked at yourself in the mirror and had a conversation too, and that's a whole different animal versus just you talking.
Yes.
That's hard. It's hard to lie to your own eyes.
Yeah.
But it's easy to come up with excuses in your head when you're not looking. The key to procrastination is optimism, right?
Yeah. That's a very valuable point. I have a very, very dear friend of mine that you know very, very, very well. Been in the music business for over 30 plus years. We have been best friends forever. We're very, very close. And I ask him, if I've asked him once, I've asked him a million times, what made you, I've been through all his marriages with him except for one. He's had a ton.
Which is not uncommon. Any artists.
Right here. And
any art.
So.
Because we're weird people. Artists are weird people.
They are very weird people.
Beautiful.
But it was a conversation that I've asked him, and I still ask him to this day, what was your turning point? What made you stop and go, you know what, enough is enough. Enough is, I'm not going to do this shit anymore. I'm going to break my patterns. I'm going to, and he said it was the day that I woke up, and he said I could not look myself in the mirror. And I said, it took you all these years. Mm-hmm. Like what? You just woke up that one day? And he said, I did. And I said, I cannot explain it to you. I don't know how to. It was that moment, that day. And he was like, what in the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
like, what are you doing?
And you're like, did I waste all the time? But you didn't.
No.
Because it took all that to get to where you can.
We talk about that all the time.
Listen more. Communicate to whom you can communicate.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
What hurts my soul is some people never get to that spot in their whole life. So they have to rinse, wash, and repeat.
You're exactly right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I am married, separated, but to that person. And I have not shared vocally what has really been going on in my personal life until Kel and I just talked about it on an episode previous, and I finally decided that, one, whether you want everyone to know what's going on in your life or whether you don't, social media is a way of our life now. For one, I'm sitting here on a podcast and I want to share life lessons, and I want everyone to learn from my mistakes, and I'm still learning from them.
Can I challenge you with something?
Please do.
You said the word mistake. Can you change that word to something different but mean the same thing? You want people to learn from your what?
No, I don't want to say undecided, because they weren't undecided. They were choices.
Yeah.
But
maybe speed bumps, potholes.
yes.
Something right, because to me, mistake has a negative connotation.
It really does.
Doesn't have to have a negative connotation.
You're right. You're very right. Yeah. Were they mistakes at the time?
Doesn't matter.
Are they still?
Doesn't matter.
No.
The beautiful thing is you're not doing it for anybody else, you're doing it for yourself.
You're right. And we talked about going up the ladder and falling down the ladder and not falling down at the same time. I will never fall down at the same time.
Yeah, no, get
I'll
an
fall down
escalator, girl.
I will fall down at 1,000,000 times, but I'll never
Get
fall
an
down at the
elevator.
same
You
time.
don't need no ladder.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but
It's
yeah,
beautiful.
it is.
That's
And
the
it was
sign of strength.
kind of crazy how we were talking about how, when you do have that awakening, when you do wake up that one day and you're like, okay,
Yeah, but it comes when you're ready. You can't force it. That's
you
the hard thing.
cannot.
Even if you're aware that you need something you're not aware of, it might be a little while longer.
Yeah. So you had your first
That one, 27.
first 101 at 27.
Yeah.
And then
that actually made relationships stronger because I wasn't trying to impress
right.
anybody but myself. And then 33, what the hell? I can't get 33 and 35 mixed up. The gist of both of them was, what am I doing? To whom am I doing it for? And why am I doing? And I realized I was doing everything for what I thought, but what I had seen, and I was blind, and I came to the decision I need to not do anything for what I'm thinking. I need to do it just for myself.
Mm-hmm.
When I perform a show, somebody comes up and asks for a request, I only know like 12 cover songs.
Right.
But I always say, that's a beautiful, thanks.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I got something you'll love, and I play whatever song I want.
Right.
I never shun away. And that's working very hard on your words.
Yes.
It's always growing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, learning to do for yourself, because if you don't love yourself, how can you love others?
Right.
Yeah, same for every scenario.
Right. And 35.
Yeah, they're similar.
Similar.
And yeah, I should have written those down. It was just another impact for another apex of self-growth.
Self-growth. I was just about to say growth. Yeah. So you sat on your grandma's lap. You played a little piano. You picked up the guitar in college.
Mm-hmm.
You had some awakenings.
Mm-hmm.
27, 32, 33, 35.
Yeah, I was always a writer. You remember those in the old doctor's offices, the Highlights magazine?
Oh, yes.
I had my poem published when I was like in 3rd grade. My mom sent it in, and I didn't even know it. She told me years later.
Really?
So I've always been a writer, and then one thing that this has happened in the 33, 35. I find in my industry, from my experience, a lot of people try so hard to write songs.
Mm-hmm.
They try so hard.
Right.
And it's tough.
Yeah.
And I got into a funk where I just decided one night, I was like, I'm not going to worry about arrangement, music, anything, but I got to get words out.
Right.
And I wrote and it's so much free. So I've been writing a lot of spoken word. I've had several released and picked up, and spoken word, cause I still gotta get words out of my
Yes.
head. Right? And if you don't have to worry about extraneous squirrels, so much relaxing. I'll share with you a little writing.
Yes, do.
It says, I've scratched the bitter taste of a thirsty drought most folks call dinner. I've lost a tear of unexplainable beauty only a silhouette could hum with a melody. Oh, the simplest task of waking rested is a fairy tale I've bled for, and it's just trying to fall asleep and shit like this repeats in my head.
I love it.
I kind of look at your brain, your mind as like a hard drive. This is my personal opinion. Every now and then you got to clear out space to allow new space in. And that's what writing does.
And that's what that does for you.
What about you?
I need to think, I've had some people on the show and had visited with a couple of writers
That's right.
that have done novellas and short stories, and then Sean doing his novel. And it's been really interesting because, one, I'm not a person of words, but, and I don't ever want to be a but person, but I just butted myself. But, and I just did it again.
Use a different word. Use a different word and mean the same thing. That's exactly the point. Use a different word. Juxtapose.
Clearing my hard drive is something that I absolutely should work on.
That's right. You do, but you fill up quickly because you do a lot.
A lot. Like I am
But you got to do it for yourself.
never
Just
stopping.
like you were talking about this beautiful place
Yeah.
prior to what you're doing. You got to make another one.
Mm-hmm.
It might just be in the trees. Shit. Go for a jaunt.
Yeah.
Sashay on out there.
There you go. Yeah. And writing, you just feel like that. When you started writing, did you feel like that? I mean, that was cleansing your hard drive? Did you realize that that's what was happening?
I was doing it because I felt I should, but I didn't do it for the right reason. I didn't do it for me. I was doing it because I thought, and fill the space out with that, whatever. I thought whatever. But throughout my travels and journeys, I don't own anything that I create. I don't own any song, poem, anything that the ink is bled on paper for. I don't own it. I'm just a vessel.
Mm-hmm.
And I do know that I've got some information that people can benefit from,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I'm here, is to share positive energy.
Yeah. I like it.
And also respect my own damn time.
Mm-hmm.
The more you respect yourself, I've got a theory I'll share with you off line because I don't want people to pick up on it.
Okay.
But I'll say I've learned it
I like it.
on tours and stuff, and it's really helped me.
Nice. Yes, I can use all of that. I feel like even in my experiences and travels and things that I've been through and what have you, I feel like I can never learn enough. Learn enough.
Absolutely, that's why
I am just a sponge. I just want to soak it all up.
That's why it's beautiful, because you are that. There are folks that aren't that, and that's hard to see because you're on the outside of the box.
When you were saying, yeah, very much
it's
so.
golden.
Yeah, when you were saying that, you keep your voice for you and you don't change it for the crowd or for the situation.
It's a steeper mountain, but dang it, it's mine.
Yeah. Which is something that I will definitely analyze and I will think about, and that is probably been one of my favorite things about having people that I know on the podcast, that I thought that I knew on the podcast, and then we get into these raw areas of
Real.
Yes, and new beginnings and things that I just didn't know about you guys
Well,
and that
you
y'all didn't know
never
about
asked the
me.
question.
Right. Because I feel like time is just flowing through and we never have the time, which is so sad.
But think about the 180 of that. We kind of have a shitload of time.
Yeah. But in today's world and everything that's going around, we don't make that time.
Who cares about that?
Right. Which is
It's your time.
that is one of my favorite things about doing this is sharing
You're living on your time.
sharing these moments
And that's okay. It's not
yeah.
selfish. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
From my experience, I've seen a lot of people be so scared of the word selfish. Selfish is not a negative connotation. It doesn't have to be. If you're working on yourself.
Selfish is a very broad,
It's an umbrella.
very, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. It can be extremely good and it has to happen.
Yeah, for growth.
Absolutely. And if
It
you've
helps
watched
put-
any of my shows or if you've heard
I
anything,
know.
everybody knows that I've been in therapy my entire life and I will
That's-
continue to do it. And
That's right.
but I'll tell you what, one of my favorite things from Robin McGraw is her teaching women how important it is as a mother, as a wife, as a business owner, as a human being, that in order for someone to grow, you have to be selfish.
Right, because it cleanses
If
your
you do not take
baggage.
care of
It
yourself,
cleanses your baggage.
who is going to do it?
Amen.
So,
Shit, yeah.
and it takes a whole turn of that big, ginormous fucking word,
Looking
selfish.
yourself in the mirror.
Exactly. Yeah. Having
'Cause
that
you have the
one-on-one.
control of it.
That's right. And it
that's
is
scary
absolutely
and
okay.
powerful.
Yeah, it is. It is, and it's absolutely okay. And then you can turn the word selfish into,
Anything you want.
that's right.
A wave, a breath,
Mm-hmm.
a gut. You know, you could go out there and ask a wildflower what its favorite song is.
Mm-hmm.
Because why not?
Right. Yeah.
It's okay to be different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
That is. It
We
is.
only talk about the folks in our history books that were different.
That's a very valid point. Shit, think about that for a minute. Wow.
They were
I feel
different
like
and made a difference.
I feel like you're Rafiki on Lion King.
That's right.
You know? Yeah. Yes. Like you're the mountain man.
That's
like
right.
sitting on the like you've got yeah.
I dig it. That's a great compliment. Thank you.
Seriously though. I mean, for somebody which I absolutely love. I love a good challenge. I love when somebody makes my mind works and takes.
Means you're around the right people. If you don't get people to challenge and you can learn from,
That's right.
what are you doing?
I know.
Wasting
Energy and oxygen.
vibration.
Exactly. One of my favorite things to say is I will never get those 5 minutes back, that 4 breaths of oxygen, because I just wasted it on something absolutely.
Change the word waste to something but mean the same thing. There's a great silver lining.
This is.
You didn't waste it. You gained knowledge on, I'm not going to do that shit again.
I gave it away.
It was your choice, right?
It
now
was.
You're going to choose next time to not do that.
You're right.
You didn't waste it. You learned from it.
Right. And if you didn't learn from it.
You're going to do it again.
Yeah.
And again.
Right.
And then you'll need a sandwich and a Gatorade because you'll be out of energy.
Yeah. You're going to need to stretch and hydrate. Yes. Cheers. Yeah. So good. So good.
That's rad. I'm glad that you're, I'm very grateful that you are working on everything that you spoke about yourself. That's beautiful. Signs of strength.
Yeah.
Where'd you grow up?
I am born and raised local in the Braunfels.
Yeah, and that's rare, right?
Yeah.
See, I was from West Texas.
Right.
Where I'm from is about 20 years behind here. And mentality, society is about 60, 80 years, 100 years behind.
Yeah.
So I find it interesting. I've performed there a few times, and if you're not on the football boosters,
Right.
you're not going to get supported. But I figured out why I haven't. people can't be seen with me because I'm the black sheep.
Ooh, that's exactly why we're the same.
I performed there, and the mayor came and waved me over, and we walked around the corner. They were like, "Thank you so much. Please don't stop. We love what you're doing there."
Right.
And in my, I was out of body. I was like looking around. And she took me around the corner. Ain't nobody here. I just smiled and said, "Appreciate it."
Yeah.
Could be seen talking to me. That's power.
Wow.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'm not walking around the corner talking anymore. I learned from it.
Wow. That's thick.
Yep. Like cream gravy.
Shit. Like a bad batch. Like your biscuit's burnt, it's too thick, your gravy is stuck, we can spackle the wall with it.
You still gotta eat it because you're hungry.
You hungry? Shit. I don't know. I might have launched that biscuit. I'm not gonna lie. I might, for real. Yeah. Yep. My daddy taught me not to miss. So yeah.
Well, I mean, I'd say you're hitting target.
Yeah.
To date. So
yeah. Wow.
keep pulling the trigger.
Was that hard to swallow?
What?
That moment.
No, not at all.
You took it with.
No, I became aware. I didn't realize.
Right.
Yeah, I got some other stories too. About back hometown stuff.
Yeah.
But
I have always been the black sheep of New Braunfels. New Braunfels really didn't know how to handle me, and
so let me ask you.
I've always just kind of been myself. I've been the black sheep of my family. I've been.
So let me ask you, why do you say that? Why do you say you've been the black sheep of New Braunfels and your environment? Why?
Why? Because I'm not a girl's girl.
Mm-hmm. What does that mean? I'm not a girl.
Well, women are mean. Women are hateful. They are devious. They can be brutally harsh. They're racist as shit, and I use racist as a very broad term, and it's one of my favorite words. Yes, it's they're mean as shit. They are intimidated by other women.
So that's what I was getting to. They're scared of you because you didn't fall into what they deem is societal appropriate and more.
But if you ask any woman that knows me for who I am, they will tell you that I'm not.
That's it. Just say not. You don't have to say nothing else.
Exactly.
You know what would be rad is to have a coffee table book and just have 1 or 2 questions where they give you 1 sentence response and have the haters and the lovers and just publish it and put it on there.
Yeah.
And don't change anything. But that would be beautiful to see the juxtaposition. But they also correlate, right?
Yeah.
That'd be rad.
Yeah, it would. Not
That's
a bad
using
gig.
it to your advantage.
Yeah, not a bad gig. You're right.
So it's beautiful.
But yeah, so it was. I've always hung out with the guys.
When did you realize that?
Oh, very young, very young.
Like grade school.
Oh, younger than that.
That's rad.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was.
It didn't make.
I was
for
a tomboy. I was
but
no.
you were stronger though.
Oh yeah. I am probably, and I get this from my dad. I am one of the most emotional people. I will cry at the drop of a hat. I will protect anyone and everyone in a matter of seconds, in a matter of minutes. I will be the first one.
Without thought.
Never think about it. You can ask Nick. That's been
I don't
the
need to
resort.
ask
You can
anybody,
yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I will jump in front of. I'll be the first line of defense.
You've
have to get through me.
You've already taken the bullet away before you even pull the trigger. I know that, and the people to whom you're speaking of, they know that. But you don't need to prove that to anybody else because your presence is already there.
Yeah.
It's already taken over.
That is 100% me. I will protect everyone and anyone that is.
And that doesn't need to be stated. Just like when you walk into any place, do you announce you're there? No.
No.
It's felt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's it.
I've never been that person that has to have the red carpet rolled out.
No,
Unlike
I'm not
so many
talking
people
about
that I know.
So it's just talking
No,
about
yeah,
like
no, I'm saying
somebody walks in and they louder. I'm like, oh hi. Well, no, you
No.
don't. You walk in and it because
Yep.
your presence is there
Yeah.
and you don't ask for it.
No.
It is.
A lot of people ask me, and I don't know why this is turning on to me for whatever reason. You're the second person that I've had on my show that has turned the questions to me, but it is. I've had a lot of people ask me why I have so many animals. Why? How did I get into why I have so many and what have you? Well, there's.
You love hard and you hurt hard.
Yes, and there's. At a very young age, I remember one of the very first animals that was ever brought to me was the buck family. Has been around New Braunfels as long as the Sucktings have, and I get a phone call. I was probably maybe middle school, if that, and he had found a deer on the side of the road, and I'd been raising sheep and did show, lived in barns and and pulled up, brought it to me. I was at home by myself, and I'm thinking he's going to bring me a deer, and I'm thinking deer, deer. Yeah, nope. Pulls out this little tiny cardboard box, picks it up, legs just drop, and I'm thinking, all right, holy shit. So I take it in my bedroom, I mix up sugar and water. I literally made him glucose. Made him a generic IV.
Yeah.
Did this all on my own. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have nothing. You couldn't, just pick
you
up the
knew
phone
you
and
were
call
supposed to.
someone. And
It was your instinct.
yeah, and within 45 minutes to an hour, that little guy stood up, and his name was Montgomery, and
That's
he lived
cool.
with me for 3 years. He thought he was a dog.
He was.
I saved him. Yeah,
He chose you.
and that's. But
Did you save him or vice versa?
it was both. It was absolutely 110%.
I had a deer when I was younger.
Yeah. I animals save me every single day. You can walk out to here at my place, and every single one of them has a purpose here. I've got one that knows. They all know when I'm sad. They all know when I'm happy. They all know when I'm
different vibration levels.
And one of them, I've got two geldings that I've had forever, and they're 3 days apart. One of them is my jokester. He will take my hat off my head. He'll take my cell phone in my back pocket, and he is going to do everything in his power to make me laugh.
Yeah.
The other one
breaks nice.
The other one, I can sit in the middle of a pasture, and that guy is going to stand over me, and he is my protector. He is my everything. And a train could come up and try that horse will. Nope.
His presence
He is my.
felt. He doesn't have to be announced.
That's right. My bull out there. There is not a man out here that can walk into that arena. I can walk out there and lay flat on the floor in that arena, and that guy will snuggle up to me like a
Where's the
poodle.
arena?
Right there.
Okay.
That one. But yeah, it's
That's beautiful.
it's so crazy.
But you have you can speak different languages.
Yes.
This doesn't surprise me. I'm very grateful to hear it though.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's very beautiful.
It is. They give me so much. When people ask me, "Oh my gosh, why do you have them?" Because they're my They are my therapy. They are. Yes. It's a bond like no other.
And it's not. Somebody can't give 90 and one give 10.
No.
Everybody got to work together.
100%. Yeah.
And I would never ask why you have what you have of anything that you have. I would listen to it though.
Right.
Because there's something I've got to learn from it.
What's ironic, and I realize it every time I come up here. If I'm not up here for a week or two, for whatever reason, and doesn't matter if I walk up the hill,
They know you're coming.
if I'm on my Vespa, if I'm in a car, if I'm in a truck, if I'm on foot, or what. This entire herd knows when I'm on this property.
Absolutely.
It's
That's beautiful, isn't it?
It is the most amazing thing.
Did you
And
understand that?
Seriously.
I love it.
I mean, when you think that it's cute when you pull up to your house and your puppy wags its tail or your child's face just lights up because they see you, is absolutely
Amplified
that
it. Yeah, by a million.
steroids.
Yeah.
When you have these guys and
It's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
You know
When I watch my ranch hands walk out there and they're like, I can't catch this horse, and I walk out there and I'm like,
come on, quit joking with me.
come
Let's
here,
go.
stop being mean to the guys.
I gotta get back.
Yeah, I know. And at times it's nonsense. They're like, geez. Yeah, I'm telling you. I was just watching them just a few minutes ago through the window, and 2 of the horses have gotten out of here, and I'm watching them just chase them in circles, and I'm like,
I'll be out there
Lord, they have got your digits. They are playing monkey in the middle with you.
Yeah,
It's
right.
so funny.
I punched cattle in college, and my roommate was the foreman of a ranch, and so we'd ride horses a lot.
Yeah.
And I always rode. He had Gallicino, which is beautiful when you're working out in West Texas because they're squatty.
Yeah.
But they can keep a quarter horse. They can work all day long. Beautiful thing is they're squatty, so if you're going, you can just duck your head and do this, and they can ride right under the brush line, and all the branches roll up. At quarter horse, you got to
right.
And Jacob rode this other one. Only Jacob could ride it.
Yeah.
And I hopped on it one time, and it took me for a ride through a couple sections, and then it finally stopped, and I hopped off, and I grabbed it. I was like, look, let's just go back.
Yeah.
You don't want me on you.
Right.
I don't want to be on you.
We'll
let's
do this
go.
together, yeah.
And then it goes, and I got on it, and it's just, yeah.
It's so crazy. Yeah, they do.
They
absolutely do. I had Mikey, one of my ranch hands, was out here forever, and he was with me for 3-something years, and he was one of those that I freaking love this child to pieces. And when he left me, I was devastated. I was thinking, because I was such a protector of him, and I do this with so many of the kids that work for me. And so, oh my gosh. And when Mikey was like, I woke up this one day, and it was his birthday, and he was like, I realized that I've got to, if I don't get away from you, I'm not going to grow. It destroyed me. I mean, it's like, why? I was so happy for him to spread his wings. Hard. But I was like, man, I was like, you can't. Who's going to take care of you? Yeah, who's going to the choices that this child has made? I'm like, you don't know how many times I've picked you up out of a van, curled up in the floor because you.
Those are beautiful lessons, though, that you already know they need to learn.
But I remember
being outside
him.
The box is so hard.
Oh gosh. But I'd come up here and he said, well, I hopped on Bellamy. And I said, yeah. And she's one of my biggest mares out here, one of my gypsies, and she's abnormally large. Like, they're not, and you want to talk about how things will pick you. That horse picked me at this ranch, and her and I have had this bond, and it is like no other. Oh my gosh, she is amazing. And he said, and mind you, this horse has been through driving school training.
Oh, wow.
She's pulled, not single, but double. I can put any child on her. I have put 4 kids one time on her, bareback. I can stick my fingers in her nostrils. I can crawl underneath, whatever it is. And Mikey said, yep. Hopped on her, and I said, yeah. And he goes, and she chunked me. And I was like, wait, first of all, gypsies don't chunk. No. I mean, it takes a lot.
And get you off.
They do. And he was like, oh, no, she was not having it. I was like, Mikey, are you kidding me?
You could have seen that. She showed that before you even got on.
But
she was talking.
But yeah. But he was probably 3 joints into the gig.
Regardless.
But
he learned.
But Mikey was one of those that it took him a good 10, 12 times before or maybe he didn't. But I love him to pieces.
That's rad.
And I was like, you got to be kidding me. I said, and my first question to him was like, are you sure it was Belle? Because first of all,
but also,
Mikey,
did you see the stance she was in when you were walking up from a football field away?
Yeah. She crawls up on the arena, and then because you can't get on her because she's that fucking huge. She's ginormous. And Mikey's a little guy. But he's
Jacob, my roommate that was the foreman, his granddaddy was an old real cowboy.
Yes.
And he had that connection. He worked horses and he broke horses. That's how Jacob learned. And they did it to a way to where they, slow and steady, they didn't buck break them. They gained confidence. They didn't want the horse to know it could buck.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was way beautiful.
Yeah.
And he could get in there, and Jacob's little sister was sitting there. He had already given his horse to her, but it hadn't been rain. It hadn't had nothing. It hadn't had any contact besides. And we're all sitting on the corral panels, and he walked it around 3 times, and then he stopped it right in front of her, and she was sitting right next to me. And he goes, "Go ahead and put your leg on her back." And he was talking in the ear. You couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
He goes, "Go ahead and just slip on." And he was talking about, and then he just took off walking. Never had anything on his back.
That's me.
That's a connection.
That's
You know how to communicate, and that's beautiful. Not a lot of people know how to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I did one of my little, the silly one I was talking about, his name's Inigo. And,
Inigo Montoya?
Nope. But yeah, we did a photo shoot out here, and he said minimal training. I've done pretty much all of it. He was a shit brick when he went to his little school for a little bit. He came back home and he was totally fine.
Where's the school located?
He went off Hunter Road.
Okay.
So Sheriggs, yeah, where but we did a photo shoot out here. We did an all-day shoot. I had a shoot in the morning, and then we had the family come out, and we did the entire family shoot, and then I had an evening shoot with myself. So it was literally me and Nick out here.
That's a long day.
It was a long fucking day. Yeah.
That's tough.
But this guy that I've done a bunch of shoots with, he's a rock star. He's amazing, from Houston, and so we set out on the other side of the she shed here. We had lights, all kinds of. So we were doing a night shoot, and
have you posted any of those pictures?
I did.
I've seen.
Yeah. So we did, and I had Nick. I said, "Look, I grabbed those old vintage metal chairs." Mm-hmm. I had Nine, and of course, you know, my place is all rocky. Yeah. And so I told Nick, my little city slicker here, I said, "Look, you hold his lead." And she was like, "Well, what do you want me to do with it?" And so she holds it like this. And I said, "You just stand on the end right here, and you just hold it right there." And she goes, "What are you going to do?" I said, "Well, I'm going to jump on his back." She said, "Well, how?" I said, "Well, I'm going to bring this chair right here. I'm going to grab his mane." And I said, "And I'm just going to jump on his back." And that horse never has seen night lights. And I'm talking these big, we had stadium lights shining in his face. Everybody, the rest of the herd was like, "Excuse me. Why are we not involved in this?" My stallion over here is acting like a complete asshat.
Yeah,
and, and this
trying to show off.
Totally. And this guy was just as chill as the day is long.
That's
and I was just,
made
me, those are the moments where you go, I'm winning.
You write that down.
I'm winning. I did it. I did it.
You are. That's beautiful.
It is.
Yeah. The reason you grabbed the chair is because you didn't have a tree stump next to you.
Damn right. Yeah, because I cut it off with my own chainsaw. Yeah. But I think that those are.
That means you're doing something. If you get that emotional feeling after the end of a point of time that you enjoy, that's rad. If you get an emotional feeling that you don't enjoy,
when you realize it.
That's it. Become aware.
It's when you don't realize it.
Oh, when you don't? Yeah. No, I agree with you.
It took me a long time to realize that
you don't realize
all the negative things that people have said and
so
that
beautiful.
That continue to say to me.
Isn't that powerful?
That one person that just continuously just wants to make sure that you're.
It's so cute.
Oh, that's one of my favorite lines. You're so cute and I love you. So I use it in a very cynical way.
Well, no shit. No, one thing that I like to do if I see somebody or hear somebody or around somebody speaking like that, I just envision Robin Williams talking like that in a SNL skit in the late 80s or early 90s. It's so much fun. It's so hilarious.
So good.
Oh.
Yes. I love it.
But I normally walk away for the end of the skit. Cause
Yeah. So true. And I really didn't realize how much of that I had.
Power.
Yeah,
'Cause you're learning
until,
more.
and you've been to my resort a million freaking times from the day that I bought it or
Yeah.
we bought it until now. And the fact that, last summer I stood in a group of 30 some odd people and broke every single one of them. I was like, oh, first of all,
You didn't stand in a group
we
of
ain't
them.
fucking doing this.
They stood in your group.
Oh, and I called them straight out. I said, this is
Oh.
my house.
Regardless.
I
You
didn't
stand
invite
in
you
their
here.
group. They stood with you.
Oh, and I broke them up, and I grabbed this Arnold Schwarzenegger guy that was just trying to start all this nonsense, and I stuck my finger right in his face, and I said, you're going to back your big ass right on up, and you're going to go sit down there, and we're going to have a little time.
You cute. Boop.
Yeah, I booped him, and one of my favorite deals, I booped him,
Man,
and then
when you
we
demasculate,
literally, and
they're
within
just
30 minutes, Manzy, he was crying.
I know, but he needed that. He needed release. That's why he was pent up.
Mm-hmm. Well, I pinned him up at the
Good.
back of the bar, and I was like, first of all,
Yeah.
you're going to think
And
about
it
your
ain't Tuesday
choices.
night.
You're damn right. Yeah, you're going to think about them. You're going to act right, and you're not going to
That's
disrespect
the last
people here.
time
Don't do
somebody
that.
spoke that way towards such individuals.
Mhm.
I guarantee it's probably a football coach or
So you
somebody
would.
being abusive or aggressive.
Mhm.
Product of environment.
I had a sheriff one time came down here, and that everybody's favorite little site, 33, where the tents in the very corner of the property, where the huge freaking cypress are in that very corner.
Yeah.
Yep.
To the left of the stage.
And sat over there and was going on and on. And I said,
The sheriff was?
oh, yeah, he was staying at my place.
Oh, but was he always off duty though?
Yes.
Kick rocks.
And he, and was starting all kinds of nonsense, all kinds of riffraff. And I finally went and sat him down and I said, who are you mad at?
Yeah.
And we sat on the bench and this guy had
You opened him up?
snot rolling down his face. And I said, what?
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. You
Yeah.
go through his immediate.
Yeah.
I do that.
I was bawling with my
And it's
earlier today
but what
just
he
because.
did, he's at defensive walls, right?
Mm-hmm.
You immediately broke through his defensive walls,
Yep.
but it was not aggressive. He felt safe. He was able to release.
Yep.
The thing is, I do that, and I have a rule with that. I say I'm willing to share my time and energy with you because I choose. I want to.
Right.
Don't bullshit me.
Right.
You bullshit me once or twice, I'd say this is your last time.
Mm-hmm. What is it? Shame on me once. Shame on.
But you call them out, because I ask real questions like that. What's hurt?
Yes.
And then they beat around the bush once or twice. And I said, that's your last chance.
Mhm.
You want to continue sharing energy and time?
Let's get real.
And you ask it again.
Let's get very real.
And then that's when you see the
Right.
realness come into them. They didn't know that.
There's only so many people that can get real like that.
Yes.
It's the ones that you cannot
read.
break through, that that they need it so bad.
Oh, you absolutely break through. Absolutely. You did it, in seconds? You see them. But you also, I've learned you can choose to, do you want to do that? Because one night I broke through too. I was in Idaho. And I took somebody's negative away. I put it in my pocket. I'll never do that again. I take it away. I throw it in the gutter. And it depleted me for 2 days. Like I felt hungover and I didn't drink.
Yeah.
Because you have to exert your energy.
Because it's exhaustion.
You have to exert your energy to overpower their negative.
Right.
So always wear your battle armor. Always.
That's a good point.
Be prepared. And if you're not prepared, you're caught in left field, take a moment to prepare.
Yeah.
Don't react.
I like that. I like that
Be
a lot.
strategic.
That makes me think of how many times that I've tried to help and I've come out
'Cause you weren't
hungover.
prepared and you depleted all your energy.
Yes.
And then you have to.
'Cause it will drain you.
You have to recharge your batteries.
Very true. I love that.
Now, if you're aware and you put your battle armor on, it doesn't drain your batteries near as quick.
Right.
But also know when to get the hell away.
Right.
After you've already done what you know you need to do, get out.
And not feel guilty about it at all.
Don't feel.
No.
Just
that's one of those positive, selfish moments that you need to do.
Yeah. Do this
Yeah.
to yourself. But that's happy, sad, feel anything. That's what you're here to do.
Right.
It's one of your powers.
Yeah.
You're not doing it for an attaboy. You're doing it because
No.
you goddamn got to get longer down the journey.
No shit. Yeah. You got to get moving. I love it. You have a lot of very inspiring words and
Thank you.
challenges that are good for me.
Thank you.
I like that.
Thank you.
So what is going on with you now? Where are we at now? Are we writing? We're singing? Where are we at? You're always writing, clearly.
Yeah, always. Yeah, doing that. I got a 17-month-old boy. So that's fairly new.
Tell me about that.
He's rad. He's really cool. His name's Manzy Lowry.
I know, he's so cute.
And thank you. He's like the good one. And then wife wants more. I'm like, but we got the
right.
And no, he really is. He's 99% talent, everything. He'll probably tell me when he's 10 years old and off the charts of everything.
Yeah.
He's nice, he's kind, he's sweet. He's good.
I can see you being just so patient.
To an extent.
Yeah. Then there's
But one thing though that I let him.
Do you
make
let him voice
mistakes.
his opinion?
Well,
then
that's easy. But I let him make mistakes. He's jumping on the couch and the other day, and Katie was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "No." And he fell. He cried. I was like, "All right." He probably had to do it 3 or 4 more times, and
Yeah.
let him fall.
Yeah.
He slid down the slide too fast and skinned his elbow the other day. It was rad.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a boy.
Yeah,
he's cool. He really is.
you need to bring him out here.
Yeah.
Is he an animal lover?
Phew, he can talk to animals.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny though because we have 2 pups. My Daisy girl, Journey Dawn. Pups we have right now, they didn't have time of day for him until he was about a year old.
Yeah.
He don't know his own strength, and he liked to pull on ears and tails. And now he'll walk up to the dogs and stuff.
And pat him, so sweet.
And then and they'll follow him around.
Yeah.
He goes out in the backyard. We have a fence. The neighbor's dog come barking. The dogs will go out in front of him. It's pretty rad to see.
Yeah.
He's got a connection with animals.
My youngest son is very much he has been connected with animals. He has got
It's cool to be able to see that.
that from me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He didn't choose it. It's chosen.
Yeah.
He didn't choose it.
He is one of the only persons that can walk into that. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's really rad, I've learned this, when Towns meets somebody new or somebody comes up to talk to him, he stares at them. He makes, how like if you're talking to somebody and they're lying or something, best thing you can do is just not say anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then they keep digging. And you're like, no, take this shovel, it's bigger.
Right.
No, take this shovel.
Yeah.
He'll
Keep
just
digging.
stare at him and read him. And I've only seen him like not dig one person.
Yeah.
I was like, cool. But he reads people with his eyes.
Yes.
And then he'll like, hey, you want to see my toy?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
My dog Daisy used to do that. And if Daisy didn't like something or somebody or something, I listened. Shoot.
Mm-hmm. I have a dog like that. His name is Dolce.
Dolce
Vida. And he is, let me tell you what, yeah. He is not one to reckon with. And he is
he don't got time to wait.
And he is an extreme hardcore judge of character. And
but it's beautiful.
he is.
They're honest.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
If they don't like you, that's okay. They don't like you. Don't force it.
Right.
I was going to show you the last picture that I took with Daisy. Oh, look. I tamed a unicorn.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. That's awesome.
This was... these are those chairs. I need to show you.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have to send those to me.
But, yeah. Shoot, let me play you a song or two.
Yes, let's do that.
I don't know how we are, what we do. Oh, look at these. I found those in West Texas.
Okay, yeah. So we want to talk about how, so what's really cool about Manzy and I's relationship and our friendship that we've had for so long is you will be the first one that will randomly come into the resort or show up wherever and out and about and will bring me a feather.
Yeah.
A beautiful stone. Like, this is phenomenal. And there's so many people that will appreciate these kind of things, and then there's so many that are just not going to get it.
And that's beautiful. It's not,
And I get it.
Not my. I'm not to educate. I'm just to. And I didn't find them. They were just on their path for me to help them make it quicker. Namaste.
So tell us what you're going to sing. Tell us about the song.
You know what I say when I'm revealing secrets. When somebody asks me what I meant or what did I do or what about anything, all right?
Yeah?
You know what I say?
No.
What did you get from it? Whatever they say, it's pretty rad, it's beautiful. I say thank you. Because it doesn't matter what I think.
No inspo behind this?
Oh, there is. I'll tell you how it
There has to be an ISP.
So you know Mikey.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We write a lot. And
Yes.
he was over at the house. We were about to start a session, and then he got a call for a social gathering. And he's like, I really want to go to that. I was like, cool. Give me 3 words, 3 lines on the top of this page, and I'll write about it. And he wrote down
3 words.
Yeah, and 15 minutes, I sent him a recording of it, and
here we are.
Yeah, the title of it's.
We need to do that. We need to have a Manzy and Michael dual deal. That'll be fun. I love Mikey.
He's a sweetie. The title's Narrow.
Not to mention his hair.
Yeah, I love when he braids it.
And his parents. Can we talk about them
His
for a
mom,
minute?
She's.
I fucking love them.
They're salt of the earth people.
Oh my god, we have like they're one of those that can make me pee my pants because they're so funny.
They are, but you also
they're so fun.
You know they've been through so much. That's why they're so beautiful.
They're so fun. Oh, I love them so much.
Dang. How you doing?
Good.
Thank you for doing all
Nick's always good. As long as she's home with me. It's when she has to go away for a couple days.
I got something for you after this. Alright, this one's titled Narrow Ain't So Straight.
Narrow ain't so straight. I got a story in my fucking mind.
You want me to angle this down? But I found a dollar bill sleeping in the gutter. Took it to the Texaco just to scratch off a winner. And I've been wandering for years, need some direction it seems. Striking matches in the dark and grabbing on the dreams. Well, I'm closing the past. It's this goddamn book. Closing the past. Man, it sure feels good to feel this good. Well, I got locked up on a train. I was waiting on the wind. Watched the explosions from a distance while I held on to the pin. And I chewed on some rock salt just outside Decatur. It was his own daughter's fault when the evergreens became my friend. I'm close in the past. Yes, this goddamn book. Close in the past. Man, it sure feels good. Oh, feel this good. And the road ain't so straight when you're bouncing on that wire. The worst critics were silent, the fallow pot. There's an old tire. 'Cause I'm closing the past. Yes, this goddamn door. Closing the past. Man, it sure feels good. I'm closing the past. Yes, this goddamn door. Closing the past. Man, it sure feels good. Feel this good.
That was so good. That was so relevant for my life right now. Good call. Very good call.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was really good. That was very heartfelt. Like that one hit me.
Good.
I'm glad you didn't put that toilet paper all the way away, Nick.
You know, it's
you called it right out of the gate. Don't take it too far. You might need it again.
you know that term catches lightning in a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't happen often,
Mm-hmm.
but damn it, when it does, I hope you got a mason jar there next to you with the lid you can put on it, keep it on the shelf for a while, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I dig it.
Like a garden.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
You got another one?
Sure. Oh, this one.
Yeah, I know you got an inspo behind this one,
This-
even though you say you don't. You
Yeah,
got three
no.
words, maybe four.
No,
How did this one start?
I was in a real happy part of my life. This actually has one of my favorite courses I've ever written in my life.
Really?
It's titled Age. I wrote this one and first reading the same night. And I was in a situation where I was living in a pull-behind trailer. My vehicle had broken down coming back from a gig in West Texas. I limped a ride home. I had my dog. Couldn't get to a store for any food or anything. Conveniently had enough booze for me and enough dog food for the dog. And then I don't remember how many days later it was. I was writing, and I think this was the last song that I wrote, and I said, Manzy, I said out loud, it's like, are you depressed?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, it just like I could breathe more, and the clouds opened. I was like, no, come back, come
Right.
back. Yeah, it was rad. It's called Age. You know, the beautiful thing is I'm just here to sing stories and tell songs, right?
You're very good at it. I love that you challenge and make me think.
The
That's
words
very
would
important.
come from my worried mind. I didn't want to fight. And you weren't breathing, but you were alive. In the warmest summers and cool nights. In and out of those pines with a handmade sword. Long walk back home again once more. But ain't it funny how the innocence escapes us all with age? A child sees what the dead already know. Just where we end when we go. It'll be alright, or so they said. But I didn't come back to bed. You awoke, but I was gone, never to return. Ain't it funny how the innocence escapes us all with age? The child sees what the dead already know. Just where we end when we go. Just where we end when we go. You weren't breathing, but you were alive. Warmest summers and coolest nights.
That's a good one.
Ain't it funny how innocence escapes us all with age? A child sees what the dead already know, just where we end when we go.
Yeah. That's deep. That's good.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, this has been fun.
It's been rad. Shoot, dang, when are we going to start the podcast?
Hey, yeah, exactly. I want to have you back on for sure.
Yeah, we'll just
I
start
want to,
what do you call it?
Yes.
Where you do, dadgum.
I want to do.
Multiple people come on. What do you call the next one? It's
We'll do a series.
Yeah!
Type deal. Yes.
You know, words are hard,
I really
you know?
do. I really do. I feel like I love that the challenge that you gave me. I love that I'd love to have Mikey on with you too, and share that whole writing and that whole experience and see what he does. Isn't that so cool? But yeah,
yeah, I'd be honored.
such a blast, so much fun. I love you.
I love you too.
Thanks for challenging me. Thanks for your words. Thanks for now. Jungle did that. He flipped out of the chair.
Thanks for sharing your time and energy.
Oh,
it's rad. I learned a lot.
Same, and I love that. I feel like I still have so much to learn from you.
Same.
And that's so important, and I love that. I love that.
That's cool to hear. That's
I really do. I appreciate it. I appreciate your words. I appreciate your thoughts. I appreciate your analogies. I appreciate your spirit. You have a spirit that I can relate to, and I feel like we have had that from the time that I met you, and that's hard to find. It's really hard to find.
And that's probably why we didn't talk a whole lot throughout the whole time we knew, because we were just trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Because we have so much respect.
Are you saving the hawk for next episode?
Yeah.
We should. Yeah, we should save the hawk. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely need to talk about the hawk the next. Exactly. I heard it this morning and he was out there.
The red tail? Yep, I knew.
Yes. Yep.
I knew it. Give me another girl.
Yes. I love you so much. That was so fun.
That was rad.
I'm going to have to go cleanse my hard drive because my shit's going to be like, I'm at 2:30, I'm going to be going, oh, fuck.
Get out of my head,
God damn it.
Get out of my head.
Yeah, so good.
I put a blessing on it, see me dripping in it 24/7 on it. I'm just being honest, holy water dripping from my neck to my crepe, so I'm two-stepping on it like